Hello and good morning to yet another road trip video. We are today heading to the electric community in Hamm. And I just wanted to take you on the road trip with me because we're again trying to cannonball it there to get there as fast as possible. It's now 3:50 a.m. I went to bed last night pretty early at 9 something, so I could get up at 3, which worked out pretty good. It's 400-ish kilometers if I remember correctly, and navigation said it's like 4 hours to drive plus charging. I want to be there at around 9 a.m, so that should be working out pretty well. I'm just gonna get me some food for the trip, and then we are heading out to the Autobahn and ripping it until we arrive in Hamm. I just planned my route. We are going to the what's it called? Hammerkopfturm in Hamm. That's where the event is happening. So the car currently plans one charging stop behind Frankfurt. I'm not sure if we're making that. We should be arriving there with 8%, so that's gonna be a close one. We'll see. Maybe we're gonna go somewhere over here to charge. There should be enough superchargers here, maybe Darmstadt, maybe before. That's a V3 as well, so maybe we're gonna go there. We'll see about that, but for now we're just gonna head out and rip it to Hamm, to the electric community. I'm pretty pumped. We're already going for about an hour. It's now 5 in the morning and we still got pretty much exactly an hour to go to our first charging stop in Wetzlar. We will still be arriving with 7% state of charge, which would be pretty perfect. I'm just going 140 on autopilot, not pushing it too hard because it doesn't give me any positives. Just would use more energy, I would have to charge earlier and more, so just gonna go pretty relaxed with autopilot. And yeah, just gonna enjoy my time listening to podcasts. That's how it should be. Battery preconditioning just kicked in. We're at 26% and 26 minutes out of the charger. 45 kilometers to go. We'll still be arriving with 7%. That's pretty steady, so I guess we will be arriving with something around that. So it's 5:30 now. And my guesstimated arrival time should be at around 9 a.m. So that's pretty cool. We just left the Autobahn to get to the supercharger. It's like 1.6 kilometers away, 2 minutes to go. We're at 5% state of charge, so we lost a little bit on our guesstimated arrival, but it's still fine. 4% is plenty. I'm gonna have a look if I can grab some coffee there and get a good zap up at the supercharger. We just arrived and that's an interesting install. It's just like 12 superchargers along this road with nothing else here. That's interesting, and I think there's a hotel behind me or something, so pretty cool. But we're just at the side of the road. Anyway, I wanted to have a look at our consumption. Since charge, 242 kilometers, that was yesterday at work, 212 kilometers, and 1 hour and 48 since I started, 19.7 as the consumption. I forgot to reset this, so we have to add like about 30 kilometers on top of that to get to our whole distance. But for now, let's jump out and plug in real quick. Nice V3 install here. Oh, going inside, great. Contactors are going and we are ramping up. Let's lock this. we are ramping up at 4%. Let's hope we can get the full 170, would be awesome. Yes, here we go. 167 as we know it. So 30 minutes to continue the trip seems a bit long to me. Let's have a look how much it wants us to charge here. I just had a look at our route, and I think we can make it to our destination from this charging stop. We're still getting 150 kilowatts, so everything's fine. But I planned in another charger just before our arrival, because we would have arrived with like 8-ish%. And as I want to camp in my car the next night, as it's EV camping at the electric community meeting, I need some power. I need some energy in the car, so I want to zap up to like maybe 70-80%, maybe not even that far. I need 10-ish% per night and some amount for the light show, so 50% at least should be a good buffer. So I planned in this V3 stop right here, which is just before the destination, and it still doesn't tell me with how much I would arrive right now, so seems like I just have to keep charging. It tells me that I should be charging 25 minutes. Maybe we are also adding this charger as another stop, or what? Oh no, that's a 150, so it doesn't make any sense. Maybe it does. I don't know where it wants me to charge. Yeah, we would be arriving there with 0% right now, and it wants us to charge there for 25 minutes, so it doesn't make a big difference. As it's not a V3, we can also just keep charging here for a bit. I think the battery temperature is just not up to where it could be. Let's have a look. Service, please. Yes, enable and keep the AC running. Let's have a look at our battery temperatures. Taking some time. High voltage charging. Batteries at 50 degrees max temp and 39 min temp, so it's pretty toasty. And I think it's just gonna take some time. We're still at 150-ish, so that's fine. We're gonna kick out that supercharger in here, so backcommon it is the next one. Let's see. Now it wants us to stop there again, because it thinks that's faster. Let's see. Maybe I'm gonna grab a coffee and then this is fixed. I don't know. We'll see about it. Okay, so it still wants us to charge at the V2. We're getting only 130 kilowatts, and there's no coffee nearby. So I would say we're just gonna go to that V2, charge there for 20 minutes, go to the V3 and backcommon, and then we'll be there at 9 AM. I think that's a good plan. We're getting below 150 kilowatts anyway, so the V2 doesn't change anything for us right now, except we're getting a bit faster speeds because the battery will be even emptier. We will be arriving there with 18%. I would say that's not quite correct. I would guess it's a bit lower what we will arrive with, but still fine. Everything below 20% is good. Which way do we need to go? Let me see. We need to go this way to get to the roundabout over there. Alright, so 40 minutes to go, 55 kilometers, no problem at all. See you in a bit. We're just 4 minutes out from the supercharger. There are construction sites everywhere here, so we'll be arriving with 23% because we're just going 80 most of the time on this part of the trip. So pretty slow, but also pretty efficient. We're gonna have a look at the consumption in just a bit, but let's go for the next 3.4 kilometers before we can charge again. Over there's the supercharger. No one's here, so we can just roll up and plug in. It just said that we will need 22% to arrive in Hamm at the next supercharger, so that's pretty relaxed. I'm just gonna go over there somewhere and grab some coffee. Not sure if in Burger King or in the gas station, but we'll find something somewhere. We're just gonna charge as long as we're here, but at least to like 30% to have some buffer to arrive, and then we charge in Hamm for maybe 15 more minutes or so, and then we're already there. It's just like that. Of course, because before I forget it, current drive 17.4. As I said, we drove a bit slower, so that's why we didn't need that much energy. 56 kilometers. It was just like a tiny amount of road or distance. Let's get this chunky V2 cable plugged in and ramping up. Oh damn, it's cold out there. I gotta let my climate stay on. Air conditioning. Contactors are going and we are ramping up. Come on. Give me the full 150. Slowly ramping up as always. V2 just isn't that fast in delivering and ramping. Already at 100, 110, 120, 130, 132. We are about at the speeds like at the last charging station, so we didn't lose anything by going here. But 23% was just a bit too much, so we didn't gain anything from it. We also didn't lose anything because we couldn't have charged faster at the V3, the last charging stop. But yeah, I'm just gonna go run over there, get some coffee, and then we will probably be ready to head out again. Perfect, here we go. Got some coffee in the Cannonball cup, so we don't need to throw away the cup in the trash. That's reusable. We're still charging, just gonna run over there, and it's so crazy cold out here. I hope I got enough warm stuff packed up for the event. Go in the warm car and just wait until we're done charging and we can go. Should be like 5 minutes or so. We would be arriving with 2% right now, so I'm just gonna wait for literally 5 more minutes, then we're going. At the latest when we're below 100 kilowatts, but I think it's keeping up the speeds quite well. We're down below 110 kilowatts. We're at 60% state of charge, and we will be arriving with 14%. I think that should be enough, even with some buffers. So let's unplug and head out. I'm not gonna wait for longer than we have to. We're just gonna get out of my jacket and then we head on. Already 15,088 kilometers since I got my car. Damn. We just exited the Autobahn because of some roadblock, and we're now going through some city here, but that's all planned in. The route was saying we need to go here, so everything's fine. We will be at the next charger in 46 minutes, 60 kilometers to go, no problem at all, and then we're basically at our destination already. So that's pretty cool. We've now been preconditioning for the last 40-ish kilometers, last 20 minutes I think it was, like something like that, and we're almost there, 10 kilometers to go. And now just stopped preconditioning, so perfect timing. Battery should be warm enough right now. We're gonna check that in just a bit in service mode as soon as we're at the supercharger. We'll be arriving with 18%. It jumped up to 30% right after I unplugged, and now it went back down to 18, which is reasonable. So yeah, almost there. 8:15 on arrival time. So I'll be arriving at pretty much exactly the time that I wanted to. We're just around the corner of the supercharger, and 2 cars in front of me, you can see it there, is an MG4. And I could bet he is going to the supercharger as well, because it's always the MGs that are going to superchargers. I don't know why, but that's the car, the MG4 is the car I've seen mostly at superchargers, being a non-Tesla. And I don't really know why. Maybe they don't have any contract with any other charging network at all, so they're just going to the supercharger because it's the cheapest. But it's always the MG4s. Of course it is. And there's the supercharger, so let's plug in, and then we're basically at our destination. We're at 18% state of charge, so let's plug in and get up to 60, maybe 70%. Then we have definitely enough to stay the night. Perfect. Connecting, communicating. Great thing. Contactors are going, and we're ramping up already. V3 just jumping ahead way faster than V2 in ramping up, and also in charging speeds in general. Already at 166. That's pretty much all my car can take. Let's have a look in the service mode, what the battery temperature says. Enter, enable air conditioning again. What are you saying? Come on. High voltage, charging, batteries at 35 to 37 degrees, so almost a bit cold, but I guess it didn't know how much I wanted to charge. I'm not sure. I would have guessed it was a bit warmer to get more speed out of it, but maybe it's also better to keep the speeds up for longer. But we're already down to 120 kilowatts. And I don't think it's the stall limiting us. 321 amps. Because it's not completely full. There's an MG4, Model Y, us, another Model 3. And back there are some Model 3s and Ys as well, I think. 3 Model 3s there. Is there another Model Y somewhere? Is there something over there? I don't think so. So yeah, not completely unlimit the charger. So I would guess that the battery is just not preconditioned enough. Maybe it's too cold, but it preconditioned for half an hour. Weird. Anyway, let's charge up to 80%. We're setting the charge limit so we know how long it'll take. 80%, 20 minutes remaining. That's completely fine. We will be arriving at our destination. Let's see. We need 14 minutes from here, so charging 20 minutes, we should be there at around 9 AM, just as I planned. That's perfect. So I'm gonna hop out and search for some restrooms, and then we might be able to go already. Just talked a bit with the people that also are going to the electric community, and we're already at 94%, so let's unplug. I pushed the charging limit to 100% because we were just standing there. and might as well take the energy. So 14 minutes to go. Let's head out and see what else we can find. Over there you can already see the Hammerhead building where we are headed. So you can see we are almost there. It's 8:55, we will be arriving at 8:58, so perfect timing. Can't even imagine it worked that well. But it says we need to go this way, which is wrong. We need to go straight ahead and enter from the top over there. So some people texted that yesterday, so that's the wrong way. Over there's the correct way. Let's go there and then we will see what kinds of cars we can already find. I guess it will be a lot of Teslas, as there is a light show planned, the biggest light show in Europe or the world, whatever, I don't know. It's gonna be exciting. And right in front of us you can already see there's a Zoe, there's a Model 3, there's a Model S. It's already starting. Love it. Okay, now that's one hell of a sight. All those cars in front of us and also behind us. It's just not ending. Can you please focus? Yeah, perfect. It's just one long traffic jam of electric cars trying to get inside the event. It's just awesome. I love it. That's gonna be so cool. We just arrived in the middle of the parking lot between all the other Teslas that are gonna camp here and are taking part in the light show, but you'll see that in the main video of this event. This is just a road trip. I just decided, so I would say thank you for watching and see you guys in the next one. Bye.